welcome back to my channel. So today I filmed for you a very, how can I say, glam, colorful, purple, bold eye, bold lip, winged out, cut crease. And I love it. Hope you guys love it. If you'd like to see how I got this look, please keep on watching. Okay, so since we're going to be using color today, I'm going to prime my eyelids first with the Angel Eyes eye primer. I'm just going to dot some directly onto my lids and then buff that into the skin. I personally like to use eye primer, especially when I'm doing color, for the simple fact that it's a little bit of a good base to start with give something for the eyeshadows to stick to. So you get a lot more color payoff than if you don't have a base under your eyeshadows. I'm gonna go into my Morphe palette, the 35C palette, and it's more of a colorful palette. I'm going to take this purple here and I'm going to use that color first as my transition, and I'm kind of going to blow it out so we get that wing effect with the shadow. I'm going in with my Morphe Y15 brush. It's more of a dense brush, so it's going to pick up and hold a lot of color while also being able to let me have a good control over it, so I position it exactly where I want it to be. I'm just going to take the brush in small circular motions and blow it out all over my eye. And when I get to the edges, I'm going to kind of bring it outward. So it gives me that shape that I'm going for. And it's okay if you get a little messy around the edges because we're going to clean that up later with some good old concealer. And I want this to be a really blown out transition color. Next, I'm going to go into my JUVIA'S Magic Mini, and I'm going to add a little bit of depth with the color Ice. It's this dark purple color here, and I'm going to use that in my crease. This is the Jaclyn JH40 brush, and I'm going to use this in my crease to buff in the color and add a little bit more depth. And it's super pigmented, so I'm going to start slow and build it to the color that I want it to be. So I don't go in. Usually when you go in with dark colors, I recommend building them so you don't go in and put a pound of black or a pound of dark purple on your eye and then you're like, what the fuck did I just do? You know, that's just annoying. So I'm going to take the brush and I'm going to start at the outer corner of my crease and build it towards the inner. Since this is a cut crease, I want this area to have a little bit more precision, even though I'm going to clean it up again when I actually cut the crease with my primer, but this at least gives me the placement guideline that I need for when I do go in and cut the crease. And I'm going to take this color and blow it out. What I like about this brush is it's pretty dense just like the first brush, but it also allows you to blend while being dense. So it's not necessarily like a buffer brush. It's more of a brush that you can actually blend out your color and blow it out, so it gives you that airbrush finish that you're going for. I'm gonna pick back up the first brush that I had with the lighter purple, and I'm just gonna take that and blend everything together. Going in to blend it all out with the lighter color just makes everything a little bit more seamless. Now we're going to cut the crease. I'm going to go back in with my Angel Eyes eyeshadow primer base, and I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, just a drop, and I'm going to go in with this flat Alamar brush. So I like to put some, and then I look up and I see where it hit, and I start to cut it from right there. Now, this takes a little time because you want it to be neat, so you get that cut that you're actually looking for. Hence, cut creasing. So I'm gonna go back into the same JUVIA'S face palette, and I'm gonna pick up the lavender. This color is so beautiful. It's like a lavender, but it also has a little reflex in there, like silver, pink. It's so beautiful. So we're gonna put that directly on the lid. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH41 flat brush, and we're gonna pack that onto the lid that we just cut, honey. Okay. So I'm just packing this. This color is so pretty. It has like blue, silver. Ugh, I love it. And the nice thing about this brush, it kind of comes to a point at the top, so it makes it a lot easier to get right into that crease area and spreading the color. So we're gonna do a little bit more detail work here. We're gonna go back in to that purple, but this time I'm going to use an angled brush. This is actually an eyeliner brush. This is the Morphe Y23. I'm gonna go back into that purple, and I'm going to just re-carve out that crease. And over the eyeshadow, it's giving it like a whole new shimmery purple color. I don't even know if you guys can tell, but it's giving it a new, it's giving it like a, I don't even know how to explain this fucking beautiful shit. I pretty much created a whole new shimmer color, if y'all ain't catch my drift yet. And it's fire. I'm gonna go back in with the JH small blending brush, pick up some of that purple again, and we're going to just connect this like so, on this side like so. She's coming together. She's coming together, pal. Don't you fret. Don't you worry. We have a look on our hands, okay? A whole mother look. I don't know if I should do a liner with this look or not. Dun dun dun. We have a dilemma. Do I want to do liner?
Few moments later.
Nah, we're gonna do liner, but only to cover up the falsies that we're gonna put on. But we ain't gonna be winging shit out today. Okay, so I just popped on some falsies. I don't remember which falsies these are. I want to say they're Ardell Wispies, but I could be very, 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 very wrong. So don't quote me. Okay? And I wanted to use these because they're not as long plus volume as my normal lashes that I do. and because I work so hard on my actual eyeshadow, I would like for it to be noticed. So I'm gonna go on with my NYX liquid liner. This brush is better to use when you're actually trying to cover that lash line. And just go over it like so. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Looks good. Okay, so now we're gonna start on the face. Since we're going for a extremely glam look today, I'm gonna be doing things a little bit different than I do normally when I do my foundation. I feel like I picked up a little bit more different tips and tricks, more on the professional side than the vlogger side. I've been rewatching a lot of videos like with Scott Barnes, Sir John, Priscilla Ono, Miss Nikki on Instagram. So I feel like I picked up a lot of tips from the pros, which I'm going to try out today, and we'll see how it goes. So I did something that I didn't want to do, which was add the glow glitter under my eye because I plan on concealing under my eye just to cancel out this darkness that I have, which I'm doing with my FENTY concealer. And I'm also going to concealer in my mouth. This is kind of like the same thing as color correcting, but I like the look that I get when I use concealer underneath. I'm just going to take this e.l.f. concealer brush and push it into my skin. I do also have the LA Girl concealer. Not concealer. I feel like it's the only color corrector that really works for my skin tone. These other color correctors, they just ain't it. They just ain't it. So I'm just gonna recommend, if you are my skin tone or deeper and you need a good color corrector, I would recommend the LA Girl color corrector. So just pushing this into the skin, like I said, a little underpainting. We're gonna go in with our foundation, our DIOR Skin Forever. I've had this foundation for like a few months now, and I love it. It's my go-to. It keeps me matte. My oil doesn't break through. I am super oily, even though I've been trying to control my oil with a lot of different products. And I think they're working out a lot of different products online. With the Ole Henriksen line that he came out with for oily skin, it's been doing wonders for me. So I'm here for it. If you have oily skin, you're trying to get your oil in control, I would say try out Ole Henriksen because it's bomb for me. I mean, I was oily, like oil slick. You couldn't get me to wear any of those oils. I didn't even like put a moisturizer on my face because I was so oily. But after doing research, I realized, hey, you have to moisturize no matter how oily you are. But girl, I was so oily to the point I was like, well, I don't need no moisturizer. Like, wash my face, hour later, oily. With makeup, I was at the point where I was like, I don't even know I should be wearing makeup because of how oily I am. But I finally got my oil under control, and I thank you, Mr. Ole Henriksen, because you did that. You did that for me, and I am forever grateful. So we're just going to pump a few pumps onto our handy dandy Morphe M439 brush. You already know this is my favorite brush in the whole motherfucking world, so I don't need to say nothing else. And I'm just going to take this and push it into my skin. And I'm actually like barely touching my skin. I want to give that airbrush effect. I don't want to give that mask effect with the foundation. I want it to look like my skin. Ooh, skin. Hello. How are ya? You look good. You look great. You look blessed. Next, I'm gonna go in with my concealer. Cover FX. You already know the deal. I don't see it changing. She gives me the coverage I want. She gives me the finish that I want. No creasing, no flashback, none of that shit. She's perfection. She blends out easily. She's the bomb. So we're going to, that's it. We're just going to do 3 dots because we're just going to brighten. We don't need to conceal because we've already done our underpainting concealing. And I'm going to take her up here. And I think I have a big forehead, so we don't need to add too much higher, too much higher. That's about good enough for me. And we're going to do here. And a little bit here. Like so. So I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. concealer brush. It's pretty fluffy. It's also kind of dense. This is a clean one that I haven't used. And we're just going to buff this out under our eyes and on our forehead. So I'm just going to lightly spread this out. I'm going to set my entire face with the color Coffee. I'm going to set my under eyes with my Laura Mercier powder. I'm going to use my Real Techniques powder brush. I'm just going to pick up a minimal amount of powder. Don't need that much. Like I said, I want the finish to be as light and airy and dewy and fresh as possible. Well, not super dewy, like semi-matte dewy. Matte/dewy. If that makes sense. I'm just going to pick some up with my brush and just dust that under my eye. Not dust, actually push it into my skin. Dry either. Next, I'm going to go in with my favorite bronzer, Prime Beauty, in the color Chocolate Litty, and I'm going to bronze up my skin. Ever since I've discovered this bronzer, I haven't really contoured much like with the cream concealer, because I really haven't found a cream concealer that I feel is dark enough and actually shows up on my skin or lasts on my skin enough. And I've just never tried using a foundation as a contour color. I'd rather use a concealer. I don't know why. The finish for me is a little bit better than foundation. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just didn't like it. And that's that. Okay, so now let's finish up the under eye. We're going to take the Morphe Jaclyn Hill. This is a super small buffer brush, and I'm going to go back into the JUVIA'S Place palette and pick up that dark purple color. And pick up that dark purple color and buff it under my eye. And I'm also going to try to connect it as neatly to here. Now I'm going to pick up that light purple again from the Morphe 35C palette, and I'm going to go right underneath the dark purple that I just did to blend everything together. And I'm using this M560 Bullet Morphe brush. This is also a dense brush, but it's a little bit more tapered for control, so I don't end up going too low. We're going to blend this all together as well. And also connect. So you see it's giving us that ombre effect that we're going, that we like, matching the top of our eye. And I picked up a lot, I saturated the brush with color, because I feel like my under eyes don't pick up as much color as they should. Under eyes done. I'm going to spray my face, and then we're going to see what highlighter and blush we're going to use. Actually, yeah, I'm going to spray my face. Not too much. So, I'm thinking of going out of the box, and I'm going to highlight with, drumroll please, into the Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette, and I'm going to use this pink highlighter here. It's called SOLA, this one. And I'm also going to mix in a little tiny dibble dabble of the eyeshadow that I use. So I'm going to pick up SOLA first, and then I'm going to pick up Fossil and go back into SOLA. Just to mute it a little bit, because I'm not a girl that highlights with color. I'm a gold highlighter, so we're going to see if I fuck this shit up or if it actually looks super cute. All together, so dust off the excess. Your nose. Going to do some blush. I'm gonna go into the same palette, and I'm gonna use this color here, B. It looks like a mauve pink. It's not too light pink, and I'm not gonna go too ham with it. Just a light dust. We're gonna spray the face again. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm gonna go back in with the same ColourPop pencil and line my lips again. This time I'm gonna fill in my entire lip with the pencil. Gonna take my LA Girl. I'm gonna take my LA Girl matte lip in the color Black Currant and go all over my lip. Bubble dye, bold lip kind of mood. Then I'm gonna pick up the other LA Girl and just put this right in the center of my lips. So a little bit lighter purple. Yeah, it's working out a little better for me. So now I can say, here we have the final look. I love the way it came out. I'm here for the purple tones. I can do a bow dye and a bold lip. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Don't always have to do nude on nude or bold with nude. I think you can do bold with bold and still have a good fucking day. So that's just my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As usual, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see any different kind of looks, any different type of videos. And thanks for watching. Bye!